Okay, am I audible now, students? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, whether the screen is visible to you people?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The slideshow is visible, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, dear students, I welcome you people. And there was an inconvenience in identifying, the recording button because of some changes what Google has done. Fine. Anyway, that problem has been sorted out. We'll begin with the class. Fine. So this will be your part one of module four, subject sales management, which we have already dealt in the past class. Few of the concepts which were not so much clear due to the technical, connectivity, right? So there was a technical problem in connectivity. So once again, we'll start with this. Okay. Okay, we have this module purely basically on sales force motivation and compensation, right? Okay, so here in this model, we people will be more concentrated towards how a sales team or a individual salesperson is going to get motivated, and what are the principles or say strategies that can be adopted by a sales manager in getting highly motivated team for him in performing better for achieving the target whichever has been given to them. So motivation is something where unmet needs of a people, right, which will never make them to sit at a particular place, and all the time it will be giving them more and more tension, maybe psychologically or physical type of tension, where they want to get it done. They have to achieve their needs, or they have to satisfy their needs. Then only those people will get more and more motivated towards the job which has been objectively set for them. And also we have a compensation. Why we people are going to deal both of them in the same module is because basically you say any motivation, usually the money or a pay which is going to be given to a person, okay, an employee who has worked for an organization on certain activity which was assigned to him, right? And the output or say the productivity of that particular activity which has been given to him, it purely depends on what he receives in return for the job what he has rendered to the organization or to the person, any a higher authority. So basically, we say always, almost say a more portion when it comes to motivation. Compensation plays a very vital role. So the importance of compensation is very high in making people motivated on the job, right? So that is why we people are going to deal both of them in this module. Fine. So we go basically before we start with what exactly the motivation we have in this sales force management, right? So we go with first motivation. We always say that it is a process which will be instructing sales people with a unity of purpose and to maintain a harmonious relationship among members in the sales organization. This is a basic thing. Motivation is being used in sales department only because to have a good relationship between the people, because a team effort is very important when it comes to a sales, because there are many people who are involved will be supporting a salesperson and in performing better on the field, right? So there may be a people who will be helping him, who will be sitting in a back office and looking into the documents, which will be reducing the job of a salesperson and doing it. Or there may be some people who will be working on logistics, right? Supply chain, whichever the orders which is being going to be taken by a salesperson, that will be delivered. So somewhere one or the other people in the sales department will be supporting the activities which is to be performed by a salesperson in the on the field, right? So that is one where maintaining a good relationship among the members harmoniously, especially in the team sales department or organization. And also it says that the major motivation why this process is going to be taken into consideration by any higher authority in the sales department is because instructing salespeople where they have to work in a unit and for the same purpose which is being going to be given by a top management. So here what happens, every salesperson will be having their own objectives, right? And they will be having their own idea why those people are in that particular department are working on sales activities. But thing is, motivation is the one which will unite everybody to work for the single purpose. So the purpose which is being set by the organization, every individual into the sales department will be working on that purpose. So motivation is one which will unite everybody to work on single purpose which is being set by the organization, as well as to have a good relationship among them, where due to having a good relationship among those individuals in the sales organization can help them to perform better. So there will be a great supporting activity which going to be received by a salesperson when he's on the job and also in the sales process. Okay. So we have second, like motivation is that element of a person that will be stimulating that him in increasing the efficiency in the work which is being given to him, and also will be making him to have a very an attitude, a type of attitude which will be like higher achiever of the goals, right? So especially when we talk about sales, always it looks into the targets and customer satisfaction. So how best you people are going to reach the target set by the organization, or say maybe a sales head, that can be seen in the desire for a salesperson, okay, to achieve more and more on the sales job, right? So even we say motivation is the willingness, which will be found in the internal, behavior of the salesperson, where it will be in the form of energy, which will be making him to achieve the goals which is being set by him as well as by the concerned person who will be sitting on the top. Okay, and or we say it as a reward, right? It is an internal energy of a person as a motivation, or maybe a reward. Sometimes we see maybe a financial or non-financial rewards, which will be making him to find them as a motivation to work on the job, or it may be a process, and a process that will be helping people to identify their needs and the goals which a salesperson can have in his life, and also which will be driving them towards their achievement. So whatever the goals or say the needs which a salesperson is having, it can be identified by a concerned person who is responsible for motivating them, and also can find drivers uh, which will make them to work towards those achievements, right? For satisfying their needs and goals, right? So here we altogether say that performance, we say P is equal to ability into motivation. So both are important. Here, just motivation is there, but the person is not able to do a job, then we say that it's a waste of having a motivation. So it's something like both a person should have. A person should be identified with the ability, okay, and also say with the type of motivation which will be helping him. Okay, so performance is always we can expect from a person. A person should have an ability of working on the job, and also he should have a motivation. Should be given a good motivation where he will be using his ability in getting the better performance for the activity which is been given to him. Okay, okay, am I audible? No, you people.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The screen is not visible, no, to you people.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, just hold on. Okay, is it visible, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So we have next nature of motivation. How exactly motivation has certain type of nature. One motivation we say is an inner feeling that every person will be having, and which will make him to get more energy to work towards the work which is given to him, and he will be working more and more on that, which shows a lot of interest a person will be gaining in the work because of the proper motivation, which will be getting his energy out of his inner. That one. Then we have second, the motivation or say desire of a person will be prompt him, for doing a particular job. Or it says like, the emotions he, whatever he has or desire what a person is having towards the particular type of work will make him to work towards it. Okay. Then the third one we have, there are unsatisfied needs of a person which will be disturbing his stability. What we say it as a tension for any person, where till he is going to achieve it, it is very difficult, okay, for him to be very comfortable. So it is something unmet needs always make him to have a tension till those people are going to achieve achieve it, right? So even we say motivation is helping them to identify those needs which are not met or not satisfied. So just they make the person to lead towards that, okay, without making him to be more idle. Okay. Then we have fourth one, a person motivates to fulfill his unsatisfied needs by conditioning his energies. He has an ability. So motivation always looks into one identifying the energy into those people, though they may have an ability, but identifying the energy among the salespeople, right? And also he that is going to prepare himself, that particular person who gets motivated. Okay, that person is going to prepare for towards achieving his unsatisfied needs and getting energy out of his ability. So there are some hidden energies in a person which are achieved by channelizing them into an action. We say like people have an energy but they are not aware about that. So there must be one or the other person who should be knowing that, which is a type of a motivation which can help him in getting that energy of that person out and making him to work on that particular path of achieving the given target or a job to him. So there are main two types of motivation usually or generally we people are going to have in concepts into motivation, like we have a positive motivation and then we have a negative motivation. So when we talk about positive motivation, here this is going to be purely based on the reward. So you take the positive motivation, or you can say it as an incentive motivation, which is going to be purely, on the basis of reward. You people are going to use this type of motivation, where you people are going to give an offer to an employees, right, and say them that some amount of reward will be given to them okay, for the achievement of the goals which is being given to those people by the top management. If those goals and say the objectives, if they are achieved, okay, on the basis of the conditions which has been put forth in front of them by the sales manager or maybe by the top manager, if those are achieved in a way which is going to be achieved, right, the way which you should be used. If you people just recall, your semester one, management, where you have certain procedures, go with the vision, objectives, then you have some procedures, then you have a plan, certain methods, right? These all things are given to have a good efficiency over the job given to them. So if those people are even having a lot of efficiency in achieving the job, then also they people are going to, according to the procedure which is being set by the organization and the methods and procedures which has to be used to make it more efficient. Okay, if it is going to be done, those people are going to get a reward. So these type of rewards or incentives, you can say they may be in the form of a pay, some amount you people are going to give them, right? Then it may be a promotions where you people are going to promote him to the next higher level, right? Then recognition of the work, you can say employee of the year, employee of the month, right? So it is something a recognition which by giving him certain awards, okay, can be also a type of reward, or we say it as a positive motivation. Okay, so the employees are offered the incentives and try to improve their performance willingly. This is very much important to keep in the mind that willingness is one, especially in positive motivation. We find that employees will be always willing to work, okay, perform for the given job. So here nothing much effort or supervision is much needed. Okay, while the performance is going on, the process of say a sales process or any activities is going on, then there is nothing importance of say the supervisor in supervising each and every task of a salesperson. Here we find especially these positive motivation or say rewards are usually meant for the salespeople who are always having willingness towards performing the job. And we have a definition, say a meaning which is being given by Peter Drucker, where the real and positive motivators are responsible for one placements, okay, higher standards of performance, or it may be information adequate for self control of an employee, and also where those workers are going to participate, okay, participate in being more responsible citizens into the organization or say a planned community. So to whom they are as very responsible people, okay, in the organization, and they take such a responsibility, of getting those jobs done for the organization. So positive motivation is achieved by the coordination or cooperation of employees among them, and also they will be having a lot of feelingness towards the sorry, they will be having a lot of happiness towards the job what those people are going to do, as well as towards the relationship what those people are going to have between them. Fine. So we have opposite to that. Both remember whether it is a positive motivation or whether it is a negative motivation, right? Okay. So this okay. So we have second like negative motivation. Both of them, whether it is a positive motivation or negative motivation, both are meant to extract the work from the employees or say any salespeople, right? So both will be leading to certain objective of getting job done by those people, right? But remember, the way of getting that level of performance from the employees differs. So differs it, on the basis of the attitude of the employees. See, in the positive motivation, it was something our employees were willing to perform. But when it comes to the negative motivation, here you find such type of people. I mean, this negative motivation can be used for a type of people in the organization who are not so much cooperative in the nature. They don't have willingness to perform, right? Maybe the lazy people, or maybe a type of attitude those people have, okay, towards their own career, right? So it all depends on the person who is working into the organization. On that basis, people can select whether you have to have a negative or positive motivation. So positive motivation was purely on the reward, okay, giving them some amount, okay, promotions, or giving them a recognition, okay, on the job for performing better. Now we have something like negative motivation, where negative motivation, or we say it as a fear type of motivation. We say fear motivation, which is purely based on force and then the fear. You people are going to force them. You are going to pull their performance, okay, out of their ability, or maybe giving them a fear of losing the job, okay, or maybe a deduction in the salary, but somehow the fear which will make them to work on the job, and whatever the specific activities given to them, for that you people have to have some sort of fear to be generated among their mind, okay, for something those people are going to lose, right? And that can be helping a supervisor or maybe a sales manager in initiating work from those people. So fear can be causing the employees to act certain way, which is being specified by the especially they promotions, we say there was a promotion, giving or deputing them to a higher level of job. Here people can have a demotion. You can bring down that person from the present job to the lower job, or some layoff can be happen. You can deduct the salary, okay, from them, their main salary. Some amount can be deducted on the basis of the you can say it's a ratio type, where for how much loss they do, that much of amount you want to take in the form of ratio. If people can deduct it from their salary, right? And we have the fear act as a punishment mechanism, right? Here you people give them a punishment. Now see, demotions or layoffs all are what, these are like a punishment to them for not performing the job. So the employees here, especially, as I told you, the employees do not willingly cooperate with the sales manager, or maybe among them, among the team, or rather they want to avoid the punishment. So those people will be escaping from the job, escaping from the punishment, okay. And then we have through employees work up to a certain level where punishment is avoided, but this type of motivation causes anger and frustration among the employees. Remember, if we use this, okay, if we use this negative type of motivation, you obviously it is there will be a lot of resistance from the employees towards the type of motivation which is being used by the organization or not performing on the job, okay. And these people, especially, what happens, get a lot of anger, okay, towards the organization. Whistleblowing may happen. They get frustrated on the job. It may be a type, should be identified, where say as a sales manager or maybe a responsible person who is handling the employees had to be known about their abilities, what ability those people are having. Okay, if they have complete ability and not working, I think this negative motivation is really good. Getting work done by those people. Or sometimes there is no ability of them in performing the job. Probably some other ideas or strategies can be worked, okay, where you can have some training programs to fill the gap of what those people have, okay, in their knowledge or maybe in their skill, who is going to work on the job. So it's even should be known by say a sales manager, at what level of ability a person is having. If he is not having that much of ability, how best you people can help him in performing a job by giving them those skills and knowledge. Okay. So, but thing is, this type of motivation generally becomes a cause of industrial unrest. Okay, there will be a lot of conflicts and disputes happen. Okay, but remember, though this negative motivation having lot of drawbacks, what we people have studied, but this is very commonly used in achieving desired results. If you see, almost maximum portion of the organizations in the industry, you take any industry, maximum companies will be using this in getting the required results, which is going to be achieved by the employees. So there may be you know uh, hardly any management which has not used negative motivation at one or the other time. So you can expect any organization, okay, in the world, in one or other situation, those people have used these type of what we say, negative type of motivation. So we have next importance of motivation here. Okay, why so much this motivation as a concept, we see it as a strategy also which will be used in the organization for making a people to work in a organization. Whomsoever you find in the organization, they don't come from the single community, they don't come from the same uh, you know uh, we say culture, they don't come from the same place. Okay, and how the geographical area changes, the people change, their attitude change, their beliefs, their I know maybe their culture, right? Their social context, they all change. But reason is that however, when you find a different type of people in the organization, how do you make them all united and they have to work for the single cause? Okay, for the object which has been set by the organization. So it's a very difficult thing, but this especially motivation can be helping, okay, to bring the a united efforts of all the employees, though they come from different places with a different skill set, the different knowledge, right, with the different attitudes. So you have to have an idea that how best we can hold them, because see, at say for at a type of motivation, let's say motivation a type, we say the same type of motivation cannot be used, same type of motivation strategically cannot be used for everybody. So you have to have different approach for different type of employees who are working into the organization. So you should have know better that what type of people will be having what different type of motivation they expect from the organization. Some people expect money, some people expect promotion, some people expect increasing their skill or knowledge to improve their career in the field. So there are many things which we people can identify, and accordingly we people can set a type of motivation, right? So here we have importance of motivation for any organization to have, right? So we have one, like motivation will help him achieving his personal goals. Here we have. If you just recall your Henry Ford's 14th principle, right? Subordination of individual interest, where, as I told you, there are different employees, okay, who come from different places for different purpose. See, the purpose of any employee joining an organization will be totally different from the purpose of an organization. So the objective behind joining an organization may be for career advancement, or maybe to earn good money, to have a security, right? So these all things will be having among the employees, right? So that what we do, we people make somehow realize that the organizational objective is first foremost thing which the employees has to achieve it. Later, the organization will be helping employees in achieving their personal goals. So this motivation will be giving an employees a confidence that if those people are helping an organization in achieving their its objectives, ultimately organization will be also helping them in achieving their personal goals, for what reason those people have joined the organization. So here somewhere motivation will be helping those employees in the organization to achieve their personal goals. Right. So we have next second, if an individual is motivated, he will have a job satisfaction. No doubt, if an organization say, or maybe a sales manager, specifically will take a sales manager, if he is a good motivator and he has motivated a salesperson, okay, and if they find a lot of motivation is there among the people, it means that those people are always having a job satisfaction. So motivated people always look at, okay, any hurdles may be there, any problems may come, but still those people will be keeping their performance constant, okay, better, okay, and constant on the job. Okay, it happens only because if those people are satisfied with the job. Usually, motivate people in the organization always they look that job is very much satisfied for them. Okay, and we have the third one. Motivation will help in self-development of individual, right? Now, how much say any any top management person who is responsible for motivating an employees, right, to perform a particular job given to him. Along with that, if the motivation is given properly in helping the individuals to satisfy their own, individual goals also, right? So self-development can happen because highly motivated people work harder and harder. They acquire the skills, they acquire the knowledge, okay, which is being given to them, and also it will be helping them to have advancement into their careers. Fine. So an individual would always gain by working with a dynamic team, and see satisfied employees and who want to develop himself, he always looks into gaining more and more knowledge, acquiring the skills, right, on the job. And it can be possible by inculcating those type of knowledge and skills which is being exhibited into the team by the other members. So usually more highly motivated individuals always gain by working with a dynamic team. This can be gained, right? So the more motivated the employees are, the more empowered the team is. Now, each and every individual's contribution into the team is very important and very much crucial also. So the success of any organization depends on how much a team which is being built into the organization to work on certain objectives, right? And how much an team is so efficient enough in contributing towards the objectives, okay, achievement of the objectives of the organization. So it says that if the employees, if they are very highly motivated, satisfied with the job, I think they can be very good enough in working into the teams. And obviously everybody, if they are motivated, the team is going to be get empowered. Very stronger and stronger team can be developed into the organization, where that team can help an organization to take its objective to the next level. Fine. So we have the second, sorry, next one. The more is the teamwork and say individual employees contribution, the more profitable and also the successful in the is the business. It says that as I told you, if all the employees are motivated, okay, they work properly into the team, and if say the team becomes more competent, fine, and if the team works more on the objectives for the organization, and say that each and every individual, okay, employee who is into the team is going to give fullest contribution in achieving the objectives, we can expect that there will be a more profitability, and you can also expect that the business can be more successful, okay, in the industry. Says that more teamwork and individuals contribute, okay, individual employees contribute, expect more, you can expect more profitability for the business, and also even the stability of the business raises because of the success what it receives, okay, by the performance given by team into the organization, right? And also it can be helping them to grow into the industry to which it belongs to, right? Then we have next, during the period of amendments, or maybe there will be more adaptation and creativity. Now see, this we always talk about the change. Now change management is very difficult for any organization, because any small changes into the present system, right, procedures or methods which is being used by organization presently, right? Small changes, if any employees finds, there will be a lot of resistance that employees may not accept it. So any amendments may happen, any changes may happen, maybe in HR policies, in the sales policies, maybe in compensation policies. There are any different policies may be there, and those people has been accepted it at the present, and any minor changes may happen. probably those changes may sometime add to the profitability, right, of our organization. The other side, if we talk about, it may add to something as an advantage to the employees, then they accept it. Okay, that change may be a very healthier change for the employees. But sometimes what happens, there may be some uncomfortable zone those people have to enter into as an employee. So that uncomfortable zone may give a resistance towards the amendments which has been done. Okay, and employees has to accept it. So how any organization can do, okay, how any organization can take confidence of those people at the time of amendments happen into the policies. So to make it adaptable by the employees and to be more creative, you should have a good motivation. So this is very importance of the motivation, where if you keep the employees highly motivated for a longer time, probably, any amendments and changes may happen into the process of the organization. The other employees, sorry, the employees who are into organization can be accepting it, and those people are going to work on that, right? And then we have second, the last one, right? Okay. So motivation will lead to an optimistic and also challenging attitude at a workplace. If every employee is highly motivated, okay, and for the purpose behind what those people have joined for the organization is going to be, met by the organization effort. In return, what those organizations will give to their employees, right? So because of that, they become very optimistic, right? There will be a lot of confidence among the employees into the organization to work better for the organization, and also those people will be having an attitude which will be a challenging type of attitude, which will be taking almost all type of assignments which is going to be given by the organization. So any assignments what organization gives, with a very wholeheartedly, those people are going to accept it and want to work on that. Okay, so this is one a last importance we have, where leading to an optimistic nature and also an challenging attitude at the workplace. We will be receiving any challenges, though it may not be sometimes comfortable for the employees, but still those people take it because of the motivation which has been kept by the organization, right? Okay, now we have next, process of motivation. I think if we continue this, I think we have to leave in between, right? Because then it will be something part by part, which is to be discussed for this class and for the next class also, right? So what we do, we'll just stop the class here. Okay, we'll continue the further concepts in the next class. Fine. Okay, any doubts that you people have?